Greetings, stranger. I'm sorry if I startled you. Trust me, that was not my intention when I brought you here. My name is Arena, if knowing who I am should help put you at ease. If possible, I would like to know the same for you. Who might you be, stranger? And more importantly, what brought you to this realm beneath the waves? Struggling to remember? Not surprising, given the fact that you nearly drowned before I found you. Though I hope you realise I won't just take your word for it. Perhaps these questions are too sudden after your awakening. Yes, I've been too eager to make your acquaintance. After all, it's been a very long time since I had another soul to talk to. At least that wasn't a fish. Would you care for something to eat while your memory recovers? We're at my home, you see. My kingdom beneath the waves. The only refuge my people saw fit to grant me. I have plenty to eat. Well, provided you're partial to seafood, that is. If you follow me into my parlour, we can continue this conversation there and you can fill your stomach. After all, you must be starving given how long you are unconscious. Do you require assistance walking? Very well. Ah, notice the view? Well, I have a truly beautiful view of the sea from here. All the ocean life swimming around, living their lives. Honestly, one of the few improvements from where I should be living, though that's hardly relevant. Oh, well, if I were to live where I'm supposed to be, all I would see is a city, rather than the tranquility of nature. It is a beautiful city, I assure you, but I find this view far, far more pleasant. Now come, take a seat, and tell me your story whilst we eat. What was it that brought you beneath the sea, my friend? I saw the equipment you were using. The tank that burst. Your mask and flippers. You're a diver, I take it. I used to love that sort of thing back when I was a child. Though once I learned what I am, I've never felt the need to use such equipment, even for cosmetic purposes. I only ask because, well, never have I seen a diver venture as far below the sea as you did. May I ask for what purpose? Was there an ulterior motive? Or did curiosity simply get the better of you? I see. You may detect a hint of caution in my questioning, my friend. That is because you're not the first stranger from the surface that has entered this undersea realm in recent times. It is why I brought you here rather than returning you to the surface. Though I assure you, I mean you no harm in any case. Of course, many people enter the water every day. However, few venture as deeply as you did, which naturally leads me to believe that you might be a scout, or at the very least an explorer. A searcher, if you will. Oh, please, don't play coy. What else could a person be searching for beneath these waves than the kingdom of Atlantis? Said kingdom is where I am from, my friend, and while they no longer want me there, I have sworn to protect it from any who seek to harm it. That being said, I sense no malice about you, and given the predicament I found you in, snagged on a reef as you were, I sincerely doubt you would be capable of such a thing. They are far, far less friendly than I am, the people there. Yes, that is where I am from, if you haven't guessed already. I am Atlantean. Or at least half of one. My other half is what you are, my friend. Half of me belongs beneath the waves, and the other half above them. It is because of this heritage of mine I have been denied my place amongst my people, at least once they learned about it. For a time, when they didn't know about it, they showed me such kindness. But the moment my sire became apparent, they cast me out, and I have been alone, isolated here for many years now. I could have returned to the surface, true. Unlike most of my brethren, I can breathe outside of the water. However, such a trait is not regarded fondly. Atlanteans, you see, are a superstitious lot. The same superstition I regarded you with, I suppose. They'd cast someone out for the colour of their eyes, or having too many freckles in the wrong place. It was something that I'd hoped to change while I was their queen. Yes, my friend. You were saved by someone destined to be the future ruler of Atlantis. Now, though, my brother rules it in my stead. Half-brother on my mother's side, fully Atlantean. It was he who learned of my heritage, a secret I trusted him with a few months after I found the city. Obviously, my trust was misplaced, for he was the one who cast me out. Not through any hatred towards me, you understand? He's simply beholden to tradition, as are all of our people. It's their isolation. They fear what's different. I'm worried his ruling has not been a kind one to the city's people, but if that's who they wanted, it's who they wanted, no matter what despair it brings them. Obviously, I can't say for certain. I've simply been living on the distant outskirts. I haven't been to the city in a long time. So long I've almost lost count. Ah, yes, the surface. That was where I grew up, where my mother, Atlantean in nature, encountered my father. My mother was a sorceress, an explorer like you, who was naturally adverse to the city's traditions. Conjuring a spell to breathe the air was no issue for her, nor was winning the heart of my father when they met one stormy evening. She saved him, you see, found his fishing boat where it was about to capsize and pulled him ashore. Their love blossomed from there, and while she was eventually forced to come home by her father, she left the gift of me behind when her captors didn't look closely enough. My father raised me, did what he could to teach me about my powers and abilities, even my culture, the little he'd learned about it while with my mother. I stayed with him till a heart attack took him one fateful day in my teens, and from there, with nothing to bind me to the surface, for the townsfolk had always regarded me with suspicion, I returned to the waves and sought out my true home. Eventually I found it, met my half-brother, and you know how things went from there. So now I'm adrift, exiled. I have one home that has cast me out, and another that regards me with suspicion due to my nature. I belong nowhere, it seems. But I still feel the call of the waves, my friend, still feel their pull. I can never leave this place. Never. It is my home, even if Atlantis isn't, you understand? Yes, I can see that you do. Would I ever go back to Atlantis? No, I don't think I would. The ties that bind me to such a place has been severed, my friend, well and truly. The people saw me for all that I am, and didn't want me. So now I'm an outcast, a queen in exile, and you are my guest. Feel free to recuperate in this place, human. Enjoy it for its views and its luxuries. I've uncovered very many artifacts in my time here. Perhaps you'll find them of interest. I have a guest room, seldom used naturally. It is yours. Simply let me know when you wish to leave, and I shall return you to the surface. No doubt any friends or relatives you have must be worried sick after your disappearance. And again, even though you know my royal status, there's no need to stand on ceremony here, my friend. Like I said, my name is Arena. I am pleased to make your acquaintance.